is the Rangers journal line.
Okay, so coming on to the next one, and again, you can see the keeper is under real pressure. It's got a nice wee triangle there. But there's also something that we touched on before, and I think it was you that mentioned it, Pete. There's real intelligence to make the space for me. So if I just play it from here, and then I'll come to you to get your thoughts. You can see the obvious triangle. Just look at this guy on the left back, and he's making that space. As soon as that guy's gone to press, he's drifting out towards the touchline. What's your kind of thoughts on that?
Well, do you know, it's good football because what it is, as Dan will tell you as well, is it's making the pitch wide, something that Rangers haven't really done for too long. We haven't used the width enough, but then again, saying that we've not really had the balance in the team to, have the width. Whereas Jeffy, I would say near the end, was maybe starting to create the width with the left back, pushing on a wee bit further. And this is how I think Jeffy would suit this role, because out here he's creating the space, centre half just passes it out. Then by the time it takes a centre mid to come across, you could have either played it to your left mid, or a midfielder or a striker could then have dropped in that gap, but that centre mid's going to leave. And then you can play it in there. Then before you know it, he does a half turn. That other striker is in behind, or the left mid's in behind, and that's you broken the press and you're in the channel. Do you know there's so many different ways you can work this? Or you could do the switch because there's a guy standing free out the other side as well. So it's fantastic to create spaces.
Aye, that's it. And if we just play it here, just a nice wee drive, and then he plays it to that boy.
Dave, can we go back to that one? Sorry. There's a bit of a pattern here that I'm going to touch on. So, back on. So, play it for here. I'll tell you where to pause it, Dave. Just pause it here. So, again, for me, the white team who are defending, is that they've actually pressed well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the sense that they've pressed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them pressed. He shut off the left-hand side, so the defender can just bounce it out round them, and it's a easy press. He pressed it well, forced them inside to where the other players are. But see if you look up top on the halfway line, look at the space that the referee's in here. Right, so that massive space there, yeah. And then look it up. So how many red players have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 4. So again, if you can get out of this, again, it's dangerous. It's enticing the press in. Yeah. If you get out of it like he has, and you can get the ball into one of these players like he does, and the clip cuts off, you're then creating a 5v4 at the half line to go and attack and goal. Again, for me, really, really clever, really, really good movement to bring in the defenders, and then movement to go on the ball and go and create. And again, the white team, for me, aren't doing much wrong. For us, when we look at it from a Rangers point of view, we have to have players who can get on the ball and make these things happen. Now, the movement and all that will be coached into them, but if our centre-back can't entice that press and step and ride that challenge there, then we're in trouble. The ball goes to the other striker and they score, do you know what I mean? That's where we're going to have to get the player recruitment part right for me. But again, mate, and we'll touch on it even, I think it's the next couple of clips, the space between they're building out and their strikers, there's always a massive gap for a centre mid or a winger to drop into a striker and turn it and go and create an overload, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a really interesting point you make as well, Dylan. Pete said it earlier. It is high-risk football, right? Yeah. The reality is we are going to lose goals playing this way. And I know sometimes fans get quite upset by that. Risk v reward, isn't it? Because ultimately you can play it safe and then you've got people complaining about the Geo horseshoe, or you can play it that bit more risky, create this kind of overload situation, and instantly you're putting teams on the back foot. I think it does kind of drive an interesting question for. We've already talked about the goalkeepers. What about the centre backs? How many of our squad are going to be able to play on the ball this well? I think fullbacks, as you said, Jeff Day will be fine. He's a ball carrier by nature. Right back, probably some debate with Tav's athleticism on the wane.
Well, we discussed it, Dave, didn't we? I think would you
did,
rather
aye.
have been your ball playing centre half there?
Yeah.
Probably for me, because he's most comfortable on the ball, doesn't he? Very rarely gets caught on the ball, gives it away. It's more maybe defensive 1v1s he struggles with.
Yeah.
But for me, I think there's a shout for Tav to move into centre half this season, go on the ball and make things happen.
What about Suter?
Suter's
We'll take with Tav.
Suter's a hard one. Suter's a hard one, but Suter can have a great game, but all it takes is one. He's I don't know. It seems to be he's got one mistake in him.
Yeah.
What, Pete?
But
You mentioned him earlier on. You go.
Anciala, I think Anciala would thrive in this type of football. His passing is unbelievable. The way he can pass through the lines, and this kind of suits him. Yeah, look, he might need bulked up physically, but I think, guys, I think that Anciala could thrive in this type of football.
100% agree with you, mate. And I don't know why he's not been given more game time towards the end of the season to see what he can really do. But every time, there's some passes where he's played and he's split the defensive line for his own defensive line, through placers and stuff like that, or out to whoever the left winger's been and got us going forward and maybe been struggling a wee bit. I think, again, it fits into a teammate, like you said.
So, do you think Anciala fits the kind of he'll develop as the season goes on model, or do you think actually there could be a bit of a surprise and we see him quite early on, Dylan?
I think you'll see him utilised early on, because I don't think that we'll have anybody in. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean that in a bad way. You will sign players, but I think like he'll be one of the players that Russel Martin says that surprised him. Probably didn't really think much. My only problem with Anciala is his passing is really good, but if we do lose the ball here and there's an overload, he's very rash and he's a wee bit all over the place. But that comes Calvin Bassey was exactly the same. And a good run, and that was him. He was a solid defender. Look at where he is now. He's flying for Fulham. So, again, I think he just needs time. We need to be patient with him. Players are going to make mistakes. We need to understand that.